Boris Johnson, the man behind the original ultra-low emission zones in London, has now launched a campaign against the ultra-low emission zones in London. Oh, politics is a funny world, isn't it? So, the former Prime Minister and former London Mayor, Boris Johnson, who's the prince of the green agenda and net zero, the man who actually created the original ULEZ in London, is now campaigning against the ULEZ expansion. Why? Because it's affecting his constituents. And he wants to get some sort of platform to come back as a political leader. Good luck with that, Boris. So, what's going on? He did a social media post saying, big thanks to my wonderful constituents. Oh, he does like his constituents. I didn't know. For sharing their thoughts during my visit yesterday. Working together, we will tackle our key priorities. Stopping the ULEZ expansion and completing the new Hillingdon Hospital. Your feedback is vital to our community's success. Okay, while I had an issue with the fact that he's a hypocrite, it's actually good to have all voices and all public figures, regardless of being left, right, or liberal or whatever, to get involved, because we need more people, more voices when it comes to the fight against the ULEZ expansion and Sadiq Khan. So I actually appreciate that Boris, while he's doing it for political opportunity, he's actually doing it. So it's a bit of a dilemma. Do you pick him or not in terms of supporting his campaign? He's doing it because, of course, his constituents are putting pressure on him, and he wants to stay relevant, even though there's going to be some issues with it. He did this video, actually. Let's go to this video and see what he had to say.
Great to be out here in Uxbridge and South Ruislip this evening, talking to residents here about their concerns, what they want me as their MP to do, and a very good mood on the doorstep, by the way. But a lot of people are angry about Sadiq Khan's ultra-low emission zone. Totally pointless. You don't need it for out London. Does nothing for air quality. And we're going to try and stop it if we possibly can, save you about £4,500 a year, depending on what type of car they have. But also a lot of people talking about the health service. So I've been able to say what great news it is that thanks to a campaign that I've been heavily involved in for all my time as MP for Uxbridge and South Ruislip, we are going to have a new hospital for Hillingdon, make a huge difference to everybody living in Uxbridge and the whole of West London.
Okay, so the issue I have is that he is not actually against the whole of ULEZ. He seems to be fighting against ULEZ expansion that goes towards Greater London, outside of London, mainly because of his constituents, as well as the fact that it's a good political opportunity for him. So he's not going to be fighting alongside the rest of us when it comes to the whole of ULEZ, because those of us on this side of the political spectrum, we want to completely cancel the whole of the ultra-low emission zones, even in central London, because it makes no sense. It's a cash cow scheme for Sadiq Khan and TfL, Transport for London, because they ran out of money, and it will be a lot easier to control the public, to tell them what to do, if they obey. It's just a control exercise sort of thing. And it doesn't do anything. It will become redundant if everybody actually obeys. The whole point of the ultra-low emission zones as a scheme is that it's going to force you to change your car to become more green friendly. If, hypothetically, everybody in London obeyed, and everybody in London could afford to change their cars, then that daily charge that you have to pay if you have an older car, a car that is not green efficient or whatever, then everybody changes the car. That means nobody's going to be paying that fee. So the scheme is redundant, which means that the Sadiq Khan is going to take it to the next level. And he's already mentioned he's going to take it to a next level, which is pay per mile, which means they're still going to be checking what type of car you have, how many passengers are in your car, what time of the day you're driving, how far you're driving your car, and there are going to be restrictions on top of that. So they are going to be finding new ways to make money and control you in terms of on a societal level. But for Boris Johnson, of course, it's a great political opportunity to become pseudo-populist again, but I don't think people are going to fall for it, considering he's got other issues to deal with right now. We had Richard Sharp, his friend and former BBC chairman, resigning as chairman of the BBC because of the fact that he introduced him to a mutual friend to lend him some money to Boris Johnson, and they didn't declare it in the conflict of interest, and he got the job at the same time, all over the place. So all these scandals not really helping Boris Johnson with his comeback campaign, even if there will be a lot of Tory members who are sick and tired of the whole of the establishment, including Rishi Sunak and Jeremy Hunt. And some of them are saying maybe we should bring back Boris. And I appreciate that. But it's not going to happen. Not right now. Not like this. Not the way that he's doing his political maneuvers. Because it seems to be that Rishi Sunak and Number 10, they're going with cautiousness. And if they go with caution, then generally, Keir Starmer will continue to shoot himself in the foot. And the polls will narrow closer to the general election. And the Tories could at least prevent a Keir Starmer majority. And I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. Because there will be a lot of us who are tired of all mainstream political parties. We don't really want Rishi, but we don't want Keir Starmer either. But some people do. Some people want Starmer and some people want Rishi Sunak. And we are here to report the news for all of you and hold the power to account regardless of party colours. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.